Greetings. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Today I want to talk about why you must fail to win. You must fail. You must fail fast and you must fail hard in order to win. So lately I've been playing the game Apex Legends a lot. I talked to some people who don't play it because they say they can't win. I talked to people who play it and really haven't improved since when I first saw the game. But here's the thing. I remember growing up and playing board games, and there would be people who wouldn't play because they didn't know how to win. There would be people who would play like fighting games and stuff like that with me, and they just wouldn't play because they wouldn't win. Well, here's the trouble with that. That's a failure mindset. It's a failure mindset because you're afraid to fail. And essentially, the only way to learn how to win is to fail repeatedly. But here's the thing, there's no such thing as failure. Failure only happens when you give up. When you stop trying, that's when you fail. Failure is not when you lose the game. Because guess what? The game starts over. Just like every day. Just like every day. If you're addicted to drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, eating, whatever, and you're really trying hard to quit, and you have one day where you relapse, you didn't fail, right? You don't just stop and then fall into addiction again. You try harder. You keep going. You keep going. That's how you get better with this. Because every time you fail, you learn what not to do. If you're paying attention. They say, I don't know how the quote goes, but basically, every time you lose, it's not a mistake as long as you learn something. Well, there's a reason for that. Again, like what I said with Apex Legends or any game that I play, right? Anything that involves skill and strategy, I go into it ready to lose right away. And I'm proud of it. Because what I'm doing is I'm observing the winners. I'm observing those people that are ahead of me. I'm observing those people that are kicking ass. I'm watching what they do. I go directly up to them, right? I try to fight them. I watch what they do, right? I watch the top players after I die. Because, you know, sometimes when you die, it shows you the camera of the person that's still alive. I sit there and watch what they do, right? When you pay attention to people who are winning in life, businessmen, athletes, musicians, when you pay attention to people who are winning, you study their mindset. You don't necessarily try to do exactly what they do, but you try to figure out their mindset, right? With the game Apex Legends, you go out to a battlefield full of people and you get shot. So the key is to land somewhere where there's not a million people, get your armor up, get you a good gun that you're used to, and just be cautious about how you move around on the field, right? Don't be afraid to be aggressive on the enemy. Don't be afraid to advance upon the territory that you want. This stuff is all symbolic because it relates to life. Don't be afraid to lose. Get in there and fail, but don't take it personally. Don't get emotional about it. Just pay attention to why you lost. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what you were doing incorrectly, and next time, do it a little bit differently. It's a process. It's a lifestyle. No matter what it is you're doing or trying to get good at, keep trying it, keep learning, keep getting better, keep trying new things. It's a process. And don't pay attention to how long it takes. The same thing with the magic, with spirituality, with mantras, with prayer. Keep at it every single day. Get better, right? Practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. This is beyond spiritual. This is beyond feel-good words. This is literally scientific. There's a thing that's called myelin, right? That forms in your neurons. Every time you learn a skill, it builds up a little bit of something called myelin in between the synapses. And what this does is it balances out the positive and negative charge to allow the energy to flow in between these neurons a little bit easier and a little bit faster each time. So every time you practice, right? Every time you practice, you gain a little bit more of that myelin sheath around the neurons. So each time it happens faster and quicker, and before you know it, you're automatically doing things that you don't even have to think about. This is why your mantras are so important. It's just like training with martial arts or boxing or whatever. Because what happens is when these people are training, they're learning these moves automatically. They repetitiously practice their moves or whatever every single day. So when they get into the ring, it's like a reflex. It automatically kicks in. When they see that right fist come up, you know what I'm saying, duck, they dodge, they swerve, they automatically come back with the left. Like, that's what practice is supposed to do for you. You're supposed to lose. It's not about winning on that first time. Fuck the emotional shit. Get into the lifestyle, get into the stream, get into the energy flow, the frequency, the pattern. Get into the pattern. Make it automatic. That's why I say you gotta practice fearlessness. You gotta charge straight forward to whatever it is that's giving you this emotional trigger. Get rid of these emotional triggers, because those have myelin sheaths on them. Now you're reflexively reacting to when somebody calls you the N-word, or when somebody says, you know, this forest is burning, right? Or somebody talks about your favorite rapper or your favorite football team, and you get emotionally disturbed. What is that? Why? This is how the news continues to control the population. This is how politicians and the media, etc., etc., etc. This is the matrix. This is how your energy is drained, because you keep giving it away to people who are sucking it from you and not giving you anything in return. So, again, if you want to get good at something, you practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. Because as you do this repetition, right, scientifically, it builds a myelin sheath around your neurons. And that allows you to rapidly and quickly access this information exchange to the point to where it eventually becomes natural. It just becomes reflex. And here's the thing. They've even done studies where they'll have one basketball team practicing their shots. And then the other court, they'll have one basketball team just thinking about practicing their shots. They're sitting there practicing it mentally in the astral realm. And when it came out and they ran the tests on them, they came back with the same results. So you don't even have to physically do it, right? Practice when you're at work or you're at school or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Keep it on your mind constantly, repetitively. But get rid of this failure mentality. It's not about winning or losing. It's about continuing to learn and get better at it. You get the message. I know you do. I don't have to keep going on and on about it. This is TK Trav, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. As always, peace.